reason for anyone from a township to go to a mayor's conference. A mayor's conference.
In suburban Chicago, one of the most astonishing stories is currently unfolding, a drama steeped in allegations of corruption, misuse of public funds, political retaliation, and even the involvement of federal agencies like the FBI. At the center of this explosive narrative is Tiffany Henyard, the township supervisor for Thornton, who has provocatively dubbed herself the super mayor of Dalton, Illinois. Henyard has recently captured widespread attention, and it comes as no surprise given the controversies that have engulfed her leadership. Reports have surfaced accusing Henyard of excessive spending on opulent events and alleged efforts to intimidate her critics. As the central figure in this unfolding political drama, her tenure has been characterized by what many claim is administrative disarray, actions perceived as abuses of power, and a lack of commitment to her responsibilities as a public servant. Matters took a more serious turn when federal investigators, including the FBI, became involved, intensifying the drama surrounding her leadership. Allegations that public funds were diverted toward questionable projects and personal expenses have sparked scrutiny from numerous sources. Critics contend that dissent against Henyard's leadership is met with aggressive retaliation, including targeted audits, demotions, and other forms of political pressure designed to silence opposition. This multifaceted saga raises profound questions about governance and ethical leadership in Dalton and Thornton Township, thrusting Henyard into an unwelcome spotlight. As the case unfolds, the allegations continue to grow more shocking, with some observers comparing the situation to a real-life soap opera fueled by unchecked ambition and alleged misconduct. While detractors call for accountability and reform, Henyard does have her defenders. Supporters argue that the accusations are politically motivated, and that her bold leadership style and strong personality have made her an easy target in a highly contentious political environment. Whether the claims against Henyard are valid or represent a concerted effort to undermine her reputation remains a divisive issue, especially with investigations still underway. The public is watching closely to see how this high-stakes saga will ultimately resolve. What is clear, however, is that this narrative of power struggles, scandal, and potential legal consequences has captured attention both locally and beyond. It serves as a stark reminder of the delicate nature of public trust and the essential need for transparency and accountability in leadership. From headlines detailing the FBI's involvement to first-hand reports of alleged intimidation tactics, the story of Tiffany Henyard continues to evolve, with no shortage of revelations and controversies in sight. What began as concerns over administrative decisions has escalated into a full-blown scandal with far-reaching implications for governance in the affected communities. Amid mounting calls for reform and accountability, the saga of Tiffany Henyard has become a vivid illustration of the challenges of leadership, the necessity of oversight, and the broader consequences of unchecked power in suburban Chicago politics.
You are up here at this special meeting and not downstairs.
Tiffany Henyard's political career in Dalton, Illinois, has taken a dramatic and controversial turn as the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, intervenes to investigate a vast network of alleged corruption, abuse of power, and financial misconduct that has reportedly developed over the past 2 years. What initially began as quiet murmurs about her conduct has escalated into a full-scale scandal. Allegations have surfaced from business owners, village employees, and trustees who claim to possess first-hand knowledge of a complex web of deceit purportedly orchestrated under Henyard's leadership. Known for her bold and polarizing approach, Henyard now faces accusations of cultivating a toxic environment riddled with favoritism, mismanagement, and retaliation against anyone who dares to question her authority. Critics have highlighted a series of dubious actions, including alleged misappropriation of public funds, extravagant spending on events and celebrations, and the potential misuse of township resources for personal benefit or to favor political allies. These claims have sparked heated debates within the Dalton community. While her supporters argue that Henyard is being unfairly targeted by political adversaries intent on tarnishing her reputation, her detractors believe the allegations expose a deeply rooted pattern of systemic corruption that demands urgent intervention. Over time, concerns about her conduct have grown louder. Local businesses have voiced grievances about perceived discriminatory practices. Trustees have raised red flags about opaque decision-making processes, and employees have described an atmosphere of intimidation, seemingly designed to stifle dissent. The mounting discontent has caught the attention of higher authorities, prompting the FBI to investigate the scope and nature of the alleged misconduct. Federal agents are reportedly examining a range of activities, including potential financial irregularities, misuse of township funds, and alleged violations of ethics laws and abuses of power. The FBI's involvement signifies that the situation has escalated beyond the capabilities of local and state bodies to address, underscoring the seriousness of the accusations against Henyard and her administration. Once optimistic about her leadership, Dalton residents now find themselves divided. Some believe the investigations are baseless efforts to discredit a woman in a position of power, while others call for transparency and accountability, weary of what they perceive as a pattern of mismanagement and dishonesty. Adding to the drama are claims that Henyard's administration has retaliated against whistleblowers and critics. Allegations include punitive measures such as demotions, dismissals, and legal threats used to suppress dissent. What began as a slow trickle of rumors has snowballed into a torrent of accusations, plunging the local government into chaos with Henyard at the center of a political maelstrom. As the FBI deepens its inquiry, more individuals are stepping forward with allegations, painting a damning picture of township leadership characterized by cronyism, coercion, and a lack of accountability. The fallout from this scandal extends beyond Dalton, becoming emblematic of broader challenges concerning governance, integrity, and public trust in local governments. The outcomes of these investigations will not only determine Henyard's political fate, but could also set a critical precedent for how cases of alleged local corruption are addressed in the future. For now, the situation in Dalton remains highly fluid, with each new revelation adding layers of complexity to a case that shows no signs of swift resolution. The FBI's involvement represents a pivotal moment, indicating that the scope and gravity of the allegations against Henyard and her administration warrant a thorough and impartial examination. As residents and observers eagerly await the investigation's findings, Tiffany Henyard's story has become a compelling example of the challenges and controversies that arise when power is unchecked. This ongoing saga serves as a stark reminder of the necessity for vigilance, transparency, and accountability in leadership. With allegations swirling and the federal spotlight firmly fixed on Dalton, this scandal is poised to become one of the most closely followed political dramas in suburban Chicago in recent years. Whether Henyard emerges vindicated or implicated, her story already stands as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked authority and the essential role of oversight in safeguarding the integrity of public office.
Of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits.
Tiffany Henyard has become the focal point of an intensifying political scandal, accused of indulging in a luxurious lifestyle at the expense of taxpayers, while her community faces growing dissatisfaction and disarray. Critics contend that her time as mayor of Dalton, Illinois, has been characterized by extravagant spending on personal travel, excessive security measures, and exerting pressure on local businesses to bolster her political ambitions. These actions are alleged to have depleted public resources and destabilized the town's administration. Once seen as a rising star in local politics, Henyard now finds herself at the center of public outrage and under federal investigation. Residents voice frustration over what they perceive as unchecked mismanagement and apparent self-enrichment under her leadership. The state of the town paints a bleak picture, with reports of neglected streets, deteriorating public services, and local businesses encountering significant challenges, not due to market forces, but due to alleged political interference by Henyard's administration. Business owners unwilling to align with her political objectives reportedly faced retaliation in the form of delayed permits, increased fees, or other bureaucratic obstacles. This alarming environment has prompted the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, to step in, launching an extensive investigation into potential corruption and abuses of power. The federal inquiry reportedly originates from numerous complaints filed by Dalton business owners, who claim they were coerced into supporting or contributing to Henyard's political initiatives under the threat of punitive measures. This has fostered a hostile atmosphere where political loyalty seemingly dictated access to operational freedom, stifling commerce and innovation in a town already grappling with economic hardships. Furthermore, allegations of public funds being used to finance personal luxuries have sparked serious ethical concerns. Critics point to costly trips and lavish events that appear to serve no legitimate public purpose, arguing that they highlight a pattern of indulgence at the expense of Dalton's taxpayers. Questions have also been raised about the administration's spending on personal security, with many residents questioning whether these substantial expenditures were warranted or merely another example of public funds being used to cater to Henyard's personal preferences. As the FBI digs deeper into these allegations, the discontent among Dalton's residents grows more pronounced. Many view the worsening conditions of their town as a direct result of Henyard's perceived negligence and focus on self-serving political strategies rather than the welfare of the community. Streets remain neglected, basic services falter, and community morale continues to decline. This has left many residents wondering how an administration that began with lofty promises of progress and improvement could so drastically fall short of expectations.